Hello everybody, it's Charlie again, and I'm currently playing LEGO Marvel Superheroes. And this will be another replay review for one of the greatest LEGO games I've ever played, and at the time, my favorite. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. How's it going, guys? Currently doing a review on a game that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while. This is one of those LEGO gems, I guess, because it's in the LEGO realm. But yeah, as you can see, there's some Spider-Man gameplay. I wanted to start off. Obviously, you can web sling with the Spider-Man LEGO version. And yeah, as we continue here, we have Juggernaut. This LEGO game, the gameplay is really good. It is one of the first open world LEGO games. I think the first one was actually LEGO Batman 2. But this one, when it came out, it was a big deal because they had only made DC, like LEGO Batman games. And, you know, a lot of other IPs, Indiana Jones, you guys know Star Wars. But they had never made a Marvel LEGO game, and it turned out to be great because there's some new mechanics that were introduced, like these giant characters, for example. Here is another one of my favorite characters, actually my favorite Marvel character, Gambit. I believe I've said it before on my channel, but Gambit to me deserves his own movie. You guys don't understand. Some of you guys may not understand because you may not know his story or his background. Gambit is an awesome character with a very intriguing backstory. And here are some of the vehicles. These are the flight vehicles. There's also, I wanted to show pretty much the flight vehicles because they're a lot more interesting since you can fly around the map, since the map is pretty large for a LEGO game. But there's also other vehicles like for driving and stuff, which they have your classic vehicles. Here we have the X-Jet, obviously the X-Men signature. Jean Grey is standing right next to Gambit. Unfortunately, you can't put two LEGO characters in there. I have no idea why they did it like that, but it's not a big deal. Obviously, it looks like a toy flying around, but it's still pretty cool that it's available in the game. I believe that this is the best they have done for a Marvel LEGO game, or, you know, in general, because it has the X-Men, which are not included in the LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 that I've already reviewed. And that's why this one gets a much higher score. Obviously, the gameplay in that other one is more varied, I guess. It has more options, and it has a bigger roster. But this roster is unique, okay? This roster has characters that you've always wanted to see, and they don't try to cheap on it. Like, they don't double it up. Each character has his own costumes, I think 2 or 3 sometimes. I think Iron Man has the most with 5 or something like that. But it has characters that you haven't seen in a while, and it has their comic book accurate versions. It's not only their MCU versions. Like, I know a lot of you guys don't really care for the MCU costumes. So if you want to see their comic accurate costumes, this game is the game for you. And they do have their MCU costumes as well, but obviously I'm going to pick the original. And there's small battles around the map like this. Aside from the main missions, there's a lot of stuff to do here. A lot of variety in general, which is the difference between this one and the part 2 of this game, which people were not very satisfied with when it came out. I believe the other game is really good too, but this game is, in my opinion, the mother of these Marvel LEGO games. It's just done well. The map is very big, and it's interesting, and it's fun to explore. There's obviously places like Roxxon, as you can see there in the background, and other basically interesting Marvel areas that you would recognize from the comics and other locations in movies and TV shows, maybe. Cyclops is hanging out there with Thor. That's original Thor and original Cyclops. If you look at Cyclops' outfit, that's how Cyclops is supposed to look in the movies, okay? In case you were wondering. Which, it's the most annoying thing, I think, that the X-Men can't have their most successful outfits. You know, from Jim Lee, I believe he's the one that made those drawings of the X-Men, which were the most unique and loved. But there's also cutscenes in the game where you mix and match the characters and their missions and stuff. Obviously, you have to wait till you get free play, so you have to beat the game. I haven't put this game on my channel. I have put gameplay of it, and I did put up that I platinumed it, obviously. But I've never put the full story, so I will be doing that eventually. But I figured I had to put out this review because it's amazing. Howard the Duck, guys, I know. Some people don't care for him. He's a Marvel character. And yeah, the missions are interesting. They're fun. They find a way to include most of the characters. They do have the Fantastic Four as well. They have the Defenders. They have the Avengers. The only one they don't have, I think, is Jessica Jones from the Defenders. But they have the original Luke Cage, the original Iron Fist, and their abilities. Some abilities might be, like I said, this is one of the first, or it might be the first Lego Marvel game. So there's some characters that seem similar to others, but for the most part, they do feel different. They have their own abilities. And here's Beast showing his agility. Earlier you saw Mystique. She can obviously change into a police officer, and I think there's one other thing she can change into. I don't remember. Obviously it's limited because, it's a Lego game. Iron Man can do his supersonic flight. Obviously the Avengers are in the game because you can't leave them out if it's a Marvel game. You guys already saw Thor. But he flies pretty damn quick, okay? These mechanics are basically a staple now in Lego games, so they don't seem that different if you've never played this one first. But this is the one that introduced a lot of that new stuff. A Sentinel, guys, a Lego Sentinel, come on. Near the X-Mansion, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, you defeat the Sentinel. At first when I fought him, I honestly didn't know how to take him down, and I'm basically giving you guys the recipe right here. But you guys know, gold plates, hot lasers, silver plates, bombs, and then anything that looks like it's cracked, impact weapons. So that's how you deal with stuff like that. Lego games are not difficult, guys. They're fun for the whole family. So obviously you're not going to find difficulty here. The interesting part about these games is the replay value and the variety in which you use your characters for each puzzle. Okay? So they do have the shield helicarrier, which is the thing that's above in the air. Both in comics they have something like this, and they have it in the movies. But it's cool that you can enter it and explore it and everything. Here we have Storm and Beast once again, but Storm doesn't fly, unfortunately. She just hovers. So there's characters that hover more than fly, just because they've always depicted them kind of floating around. So in the game kind of follows that. And yeah, as you can see, you can jump down. Characters that don't fly, it doesn't matter. They can jump from great heights, and they do have ways to get down without hurting themselves. They're Legos, so you won't have to worry either way. But if you want to basically, I don't know, role play or something, I don't know, in a Lego game, they have parachutes. So that's pretty cool. Some of these open areas, though, are varied within them. You could find gold bricks and other activities in the open hubs. Here we have Deadpool and Wolverine. I think this might be the only Lego game with Wolverine. Don't quote me on it, but I think it is. It's the only one with the X-Men, because it was going through that little contract issue thing they had going. Now that Fox is owned by Disney, I believe. Not Fox. Is it Fox that's owned by Disney? I know that they bought it from Fox. Disney bought the X-Men IP from Fox, so now they have their hands on this, but they haven't made a Lego game where the X-Men are in there, which sucks because, yeah, now they have the new mechanics and stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, is this the only Lego game with X-Men? I think it is, but anyways. In order to unlock Deadpool, though, he's the last character you can unlock by collecting red bricks. So that's another thing you collect. So there's a lot of collecting here. I put in hundreds of hours to get the platinum because it's not hard, but it's a little bit tedious to get the platinum. But it's so much fun that you don't care. You're playing with your favorite characters, who cares, Since we're a little bit over halfway, I'm going to give this game a 9 out of 10. The reason why this game doesn't get a 10 anymore is because it's a little dated. It still runs at 30 frames, guys. Right here we have the map. As you can see, it's pretty large. It's a map of New York City. It's a very faithful recreation in Lego form, in my opinion. There you can see a bunch of stuff that's unlocked. Obviously the map looks even more flooded with things, but this is my platinum game, so But it's a lot of fun because some of it you can replay and just do over again whenever you want. And it just has fun things like that, you know? You can come back to this game whenever. There's also races around. Here we have Ghost Rider and his bike. Flaming motorcycle, the Ghost Cycle. I don't know what to call it. But, yeah, so that's really cool. You know, there's stuff like this and, you know, riddled all over the place. And the game, this gameplay is running on my ps5, so ps5 does try to upscale it to 4K, and it does have HDR added to it. So you may see a little bit more reflections and stuff. It looks a lot better than it does on PS4, that's for sure. Sadly, it's locked at 30, but at least there's no drops from 30, you know. I would like that TT Games makes all these games 60. That would be great if they could. Because there is some LEGO games that are already 60 and they're amazing. But yeah, here's Magneto using his force field. Obviously, when you use this move, you can get shot at, you can get hurt. Because, you know, he has his hover, one of those hover characters. Venom is an interesting character because Venom can do two things. Not only can he web sling and use Venom abilities, right? But Venom has the unique feature of turning into a hulking version of Venom. He splits himself apart. It's just the coolest thing, you know? Because he has the ability to do that. So the fact that they put it in the LEGO game is amazing. So yeah, there's some transforming characters. And the Hulk is another one of those. He can transform from human too. Here we have Tony Stark, his base version. And I just wanted to show you where the red bricks are available. Or they tell you which ones you've unlocked and which ones you haven't. Yeah, I'm just showing a little bit of, basically you can access it too through just pressing the options button, so you don't have to worry about that. Overall though, like I said, this is a 9 for a LEGO game in that genre. I think this is, in my opinion, one of the greatest LEGO games ever made. You know, there's quite a few that have made some improvements. This is where you can replay the levels, but yeah, definitely deserves a 9, well earned. And yeah, other than that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it right here, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe when you get a chance. And like I always say, go game.